The classes within Hogs of War are weird. Rather than having a group of classes that encompasses all game modes, the game is split between multiplayer and single player. In single player we have the heavy weapons, engineer, espionage and medic class, while in multiplayer the same 4 classes are used, be it with different weapons, alongside 2 new classes, the grenadier and paratrooper. Now, for as long as I can remember, the class I enjoyed playing the most has been the heavy weapons class. Regardless of single player or multiplayer, if I have a bazooka and a mortar, then I'm happy. Sure, I got to grips with and understood the mechanics of all the other classes in Hogs, but none of them really spoke to me like the heavy weapons dude. Okay, so why do I main heavy, and how exactly do you main a class in a third-person turn-based shooter? Well, I main heavy weapons for a couple of reasons, the first one being that he is one of the strongest defensive classes out there. Knockback is an incredibly important part of Hogs, to the point where it can change the state of a match in a split second, and a good heavy weapons main will know exactly how to use that to their advantage. Also, I don't know about other heavy mains out there, but this class kinda has that feel good factor, you know? Maybe it's just me, but when you connect with a shot that does full damage, the dopamine that runs through my brain just goes nuts, and I have to just constantly crave those damn explosions.
What the fuck was that?
Because of the weaponry you hold and the fact that you don't need a sightline to use them, the heavy is able to hold his own in the majority of situations. Having that dynamic ability to go on the offensive before hunkering down to defend yourself at any given range is something that has always appealed to me. A lot of other classes require more specifics to be effective, either close range or a direct sightline to your opponent, but the heavy just doesn't need that, and it's great. Not only that, but the heavy is obviously the most stylish boy in the game. I mean, look at those hats. Within my own personal playstyle, I enjoy using high levels of accuracy to defeat my opponent, and this class will always require that in order to be at their most effective. This class keeps me at the top end of my game, and it's not like the engineer where you can rely on easy TNT placement to get some damage. You have to be calculating your shots miles ahead of time before they even happen, using the minimap in conjunction with your HUD in order to work out the distance you are from your opponent, and then to work out the amount of power that you need to get. Okay, long story short, this class on the face of it may seem simple, yet in reality is pretty challenging, and I like that a lot. But how do you main a class in a game that is this old and is in the same genre as Worms? Well, that's the thing, there are no rules on what you can and can't main. You could main all the classes if you wanted to, considering that Hogs of War is a team game. It requires all of the classes in combination with each other to win. And ultimately it just comes down to which class you find to be the most enjoyable. The coolest thing to me about having a main in Hogs of War is that this entire idea of actually maining something in this game has come about from the efforts of the community. The single player campaign is one thing, but multiplayer is where my focus really lies. Having competitive matches against other human players is what is allowing this idea to become a reality. It's shaping and molding Hogs into something else, something more. The competitive aspect of this game is creating a link between other games. Hogs is no longer a single player driven experience. In the early days of the 2000s, the internet was still in its infancy, and console Hogs multiplayer was created with couch players in mind. You know, just you and your friend or friends in the same room playing against each other. Even the PC version, which had the option for online play, never actually worked. There just wasn't enough time or technology back then to make online play a reality, until now. The past 2 years of building a community has taught me that when we put our minds to it, anything is possible in this game. And as we look ahead within the competitive scene, we are staring into the face of some huge possibilities. I'm talking the possibility to have 5v5 matches where there are teams made up of individual players maining one particular class, the possibility of moving those 5v5 matches onto an international stage and having the first Hogs of War World Cup. It sounds amazing, and the foundations of such an idea are already being laid. We know that there are players from all around the world who still play and love this game, and that's what this community has always been about, bringing those players together. Discord has been our main platform for creating a place where players and fans can mingle together, discuss the latest topics, events, ideas, mods, just everything that makes Hogs what it is today. I've said it many times before in previous videos, but I doubt the original Hogs team thought that long after the game's release we would be able to come together and do what we are doing right now. So yeah, those are the reasons why I main heavy weapons in Hogs of War. I know I kind of went on a big tangent there, but it all links back to that main idea of maining a class in Hogs. I hope this provided some kind of insight into why I like this class. Maybe not really, because again, I kind of spoke not that much about it, but what I want to know from you guys is, as you've guessed, what is the class or classes that you main in this game? Let me know everything you have to say in the comments. I'd love to know. As always, let's get a discussion going like we normally do, and in the meantime, feel free to join us in the Hogs of War community Discord, and hey, maybe check out some of my other videos along the way. But in the meantime, I will catch you all later for the next one. Peace out, everybody.